All right, folks, it is March 25th, 2024, and today we were blessed with the presence of David Schwartz and Jazzy Cooper from Ripple hosting a Twitter space here today, which I recorded the full thing. It's about 38 minutes long. Fantastic space that they hosted. And I'm only going to play about a 2-minute clip from one of the people that they had interviewing, Acceler Network. And they're talking about bridging the XRP ledger to dozens of other blockchains. We're going to talk about that and more. But I'm going to give you guys my reaction to the space that was held here today, starting with the bad news. We're going to get the bad news out of the way, and then we're going to get into the good news and why I still remain so excited. We are falling forward with a massive amount of momentum behind the XRP community. And despite the fact that we found a little discrepancy, okay, we don't want to confuse the facts. We don't want to get lost in the technical nuance, but we do want to make sure that we get it right. We had a discrepancy, not a bug, okay? And I guess there is a difference between the two when it comes to software development code. You guys know I'm not an expert on that, but that's what I do is I break this thing down, synthesize it, and simplify it so that you guys can understand what the heck is happening on this XRP ledger and how is it going to relate to making XRP go up. Let's be real. That's what we're looking for. And it comes through a massive amount of utilities coming to this ledger. And as I've been saying, the AMM is just one part of making us have one of the best sources of liquidity in the world, with the decentralized exchange already built into the XRP ledger and the AMM making it just even more efficient. We love to see it. So let's get right on into it, folks. We did see that the markets were back up today. Here is Bitcoin. It went up to about 71,400. And I had said to my Discord group earlier today, I started to see this thing move. I said, guys, watch out for the rejection around 70,000. And that's kind of what we did. We did get that pullback after we hit 70,000. Did briefly go up to about 71. We did cool back off, and now we are hanging out at about 70,000. I'm anticipating this energy to continue leading up into the eclipse of April 8th. We'll continue to watch that one with XRP back up to about 66 cents earlier today. Love to see it back down to 64 cents right now, and we will continue to watch it. Now, something else to get excited about. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Speaking of kidding around, we got Greg Kidd. This isn't a joke. This is for real. Stepping on stage at XRP Las Vegas, just announced here earlier today by Mr. Brad Kimes, Digital Perspectives. Greg Kidd, who was formerly at Ripple, one of the first 10 employees at Ripple, and now running for Senate in Nevada. Yeah, in Nevada, 2nd District. Going to be on stage here at XRP Las Vegas. So not only do we have John Deaton representing the XRP community and all Americans across this country fighting against Elizabeth, I got a plan for that, Warren, but we also have Greg Kidd, XRP community stand up. And if you guys are looking to turn up, you guys know it's going to be going down at XRP Las Vegas with just about a month to go, right? A little over a month away. Going to be incredible with, as I continue to say, the vibes are already incredible, even when XRP is at 64 cents, right? And what I like about getting in the real life meetups in person is, one, getting to connect with the community, but also the ability for us to network as a community. You're going to meet your business partners. Maybe you're going to meet your next significant other. I don't know what's going to happen in Vegas, but in all jokes aside, this is about our community doing something else besides just holding XRP. And so we're going to get builders, businessmen and women, leaders in every aspect of our lives here. The XRP community is getting it done, right? Now we're waiting for XRP, the token, to get it done and go to a little bit higher price. But in the meantime, we're still building, we're still cooking. And that's why I am so excited to be going to XRP Las Vegas. And another big hitter coming through. We got Greg Kidd. I believe we do have David Schwartz as well. I don't know if Brad's going to make it through this year. Maybe Brad will do another sneak appearance as well. We'll see about that one. But we do have David Schwartz confirmed, and it's just a full lineup breakdown. It's going to be massive, and I can't wait to see you guys there. Now, with that being said, let's get into the update, right? So we got the update from David Schwartz and Jazzy Cooper. Huge shout out to Jazzy for hosting the space. And they were joined by Acceler Network and the creator or founder of that company. And then Orchestra Finance was there as well. I forget the name of the gentleman behind that platform. But Orchestra Finance is one of the platform's user interfaces for the AMM. Not the one that I ended up using, but one of the 5 or 6 that are already live and available. And so for those of you guys who don't know what's going on right now, they found a discrepancy, a little issue. And so they've, out of an abundance of caution, have urged everybody to stop adding or depositing into the AMM. And they've actually suggested that people pull out. And so upon their suggestion, in consideration, I have actually pulled mine out. I know yesterday I was saying that, hey, I'm just going to leave this thing. You know, that's a sacrifice that I made for the greater good. Who cares? And but I did pull it back out just because it was, you know, upon their recommendation. And I just, you know, I'm right here for the builders. When they tell me to put money back in, when they say that it's good to go, I got more money that's going back into that sucker because I want to be part of bringing the best liquidity in the world to the XRP ledger. And I think that the AMM is going to accomplish that. So let's get to it. So there's a discrepancy, not a bug. Let's not confuse the facts, not get lost on the technical nuance. Little discrepancy, and they've already fixed the issue. That's right, folks. Ripple and their genius developers, engineers, and their team, they've already found the fix. They've already got it covered. Right now, what they're doing is they're going through the testing to make sure that that fix is going to work completely. This fix is going to have to be put through the amendment process, which means that it's at least a few weeks out, right? Because it's going to take, you know, even if it was put out for voting, I don't know what the fastest time that a vote has gone from 0 to 80% threshold, but it's going to take some time to get those votes. And then once we get the 80% threshold, then it's going to take another 2 weeks to go into activation, right? So we're at least a few weeks out or a month away now from the AMM going live once again, which interestingly enough will coincide with when Ripple gets to respond to the SEC briefing. We are going to be getting that tomorrow, first thing tomorrow morning. We're already getting some of the details coming out, but I'm going to be talking about that in another video. But nonetheless, in about a month or so, hopefully all goes well. This fix gets put out, the amendment gets accepted and voted on, and hopefully we can push this thing through in the next month. I think that's the best case scenario, and I remain hopeful that that's going to be the case. But they've already found the fix. The bad news. Let me start with the bad news. And a lot of feedback from the community was, well, you didn't take any questions, you didn't answer this, you didn't do that. Now, Apple, the company Apple, right? Big billion-dollar company that everybody uses. They just had a huge issue with hackers being able to hack into their M1, M2 chips or whatever. I don't even know what the deal is, but Apple just had a huge, massive breach. They didn't even make an announcement, let alone come on a Twitter space and talk with the community, right? So you have to understand, Ripple's a billion-dollar company, and they're taking the time to not only put out the presser, not only did they find the original bug for the AMM, now they found this one, this discrepancy, right? But not only did they find it, they're actually coming to a Twitter space to help explain to us what's going on, right? Now, the only thing that I'll have is a, kind of a, somewhat of a, not even a complaint, but just maybe I'm just still kind of slow when it comes to this, is I still didn't really get what the issue was, right? David said that it had something to do. The problem is liquidity flowing through the order books, and they kind of just vaguely left it at that. Many people were suggesting that it was part of the single-sided liquidity provision, which means that you can add just one asset to a liquidity pool, and the feature automatically splits up your assets to fund the other side, right? So, like, for example, I went into the XRP Casino Coin liquidity pool. Single-sided provision means I could have just added XRP and it automatically sells half to go into Casino Coin so that I'm evenly balanced in the pool. Many people were suggesting that the single-sided liquidity provision was the issue. That's not it. But they kind of just vaguely said that it's a problem with liquidity flowing through the order book and something to do with the order book processing. I don't really know how that works. I couldn't figure out what that means from there, and they kind of just left it at that. That's really my only issue, but you have to understand that if there is a bug or an issue like this, they can't just come out and publicly say, hey, here's a vulnerability. Whoever wants to take advantage of it, go ahead. Well, it takes us a month to fix it. They can't do that. And so I think part of the reason why they remain vague in explaining what the issue was is they're not trying to blast it out for all of the crypto degens and hackers and what have you that are going to go in and screw this thing up, right? And so I think that's the main reason why they stayed vague with it. That's the only issue that I really saw. But as I said, they have the fix. It was not single-sided deposits. It's something to do with the order books, okay? And so David explained why he's so excited for the AMM. And it's just a matter of us sourcing out the best liquidity in the world over here. But I wanted to play this.
Jason, could you tell us?
I wanted to play this clip right here, which is from Jason, who is from Acceler Network. and he's explaining how they're going to be connecting 60 chains to the XRP ledger. Now, you're going to listen in on this. This Acceler network, they just announced a partnership with Ripple, and it appears that Jason actually used to work at Ripple, okay? And so they're very close relations here. And now this Acceler network, they're going to be bringing all, basically all the major EVM chains are going to now be connected. All of the Cosmos chains are going to be connected. He listed off a few others as well. I'm going to play this clip, but basically their goal and objective here is to make the XRP ledger have the largest network, the largest ecosystem of real world assets tokenized on the XRP ledger, and they're connecting us with 60 different blockchains plus. Now, there was a little bit of an issue where in this, you'll hear him say that they were the first bridge for the XRP ledger in other networks. Technically, that's not true, because within the last week, if you recall, we actually have Corum that just established a bridge between the XRP ledger and Corum. So technically speaking, that was the first bridge, and I saw some people in the Corum community that were kind of up in arms. And in fact, Bob Ross, the creator of Sologenic and of Corum, he actually put out a tweet, which I responded to him, and I tagged him, and I tagged him to this clip, and I said, because basically him and others in the Corum community were saying that Ripple was endorsing this statement from Jason that they were the first bridge. And technically they're not. I just think that Jason misspoke. Maybe he doesn't even know that the Corum Bridge went live. It literally just went live within the last week. And I do want to give a huge shout out to Bob Ross, Corum, Sologenic, and what they've done with this bridge. They've already locked up like 300,000 XRP has already been moved to that bridge. Guys, so we already got XRP going to work from all sorts of people. That's the point. That's why I'm trying to stay positive with all this, right? People want to get recognition for being the first or the best or this or that, or we need, and it's been a common deal, right? During the bear market, we need funds from Ripple. Let's just, let's build. And if you build it, they will come. The money will come. The community will come. Ripple will come. Okay. And I get the frustration, because people want the recognition. But I think I just commented to Bob and I said, hey, I don't think that this was them endorsing this statement. They were just letting them speak. And Jazzy Cooper, she's very nice. She's not going to come on in and just, interrupt him to clarify. Oh, wait, hold up. No, Corum was the first bridge. Let's give respect where it's due. We got builders. It's cooking. We love it. Okay, let's keep it positive and let's keep it moving. And golly, man, I just love to hear it. Listen in on this one, folks. This is Acceler Network, Jason explaining what their objective is by coming here to the XRP ledger. This is incredible, folks.
So thank you, Jason, for waiting patiently. We'll shift over and bring Acceler into the discussion. Jason, could you tell us a few details as to what this integration with the XRP ledger looks like and what it will bring to the ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. From Axeler's point of view, we believe this is going to be an absolute game changer for Ripple and XRPL because, this will be the first interoperability solution that is going to connect over 60 chains. Axeler today supports both all of the major EVM chains, such as Ethereum, Arbitrum, Base, and so on, as well as all the Cosmos IBC chains. On our roadmap, we also have Solana and Sui to be live in Q2. What this means for XRPL is that users will be able to transfer liquidity, all of the major assets onto XRPL from any of these chains in a very seamless and secure way. For developers, with Axeler's message passing capabilities, they'll be able to pass any payload, call contracts across any of these chains that Axeler supports on the network as well. What that concretely means is there will be all kinds of new cross-chain applications that will arrive on the XRPL. And XRPL developers will also be able to make their existing applications cross-chain, right? These things could range from like cross-chain swaps, cross-chain lending, omni-chain name services, NFT bridging, just to name a few. As like a formal Rippler myself, I know the strength of Ripple and some of the challenges. I think by having this kind of next-gen interoperability, it's going to open XRPL to all kinds of new exciting opportunities.
It reminds me of sometimes there's some influencers that get caught up on the ego trips of who said it first, who discovered it first. Man, who cares who found it first, okay? We're getting the good word out. We're spreading the gospel, right? Whoever spreads it the furthest, right, is, I think, what matters the most, right? not necessarily who found it first, right? But this is kind of what that reminds me of. Let's give respects to Corum and Bob Ross and the team over there. Let's give respect over here to Acceler. We have all sorts of people that are now showing up and building on the XRP ledger and connecting us. And you guys have to understand just how powerful this is, where this hub and spoke model that I keep on bringing it back to, where the XRP ledger gets to be lean, mean, and efficient for payments, and we connect ourselves with all these other platforms. And this is why the XLS 38D amendment is so critical. Once this goes live, this is the bridge that will connect us to what Acceler's doing, to, Corium's already got the bridge going, I guess. They've already created that. But then we're going to get the EVM sidechain through Pierce's as well. And so we just got good stuff cooking. We got momentum happening. We don't have to worry about who the first was. Let's figure out who's going to do it best, who's going to build the most. That's what we need to focus on right now, folks, because we got a lot of people cooking. We got a lot of momentum. We got a little discrepancy, a little issue. Don't call it a bug. Let's not get lost in the sauce here, and let's focus on the momentum that we have behind our community and why the fundamentals are just so attractive for this bull run, folks. I appreciate everyone for stopping by here today. We got more content coming tomorrow, and you guys already know the deal. Everything can be found on my website, zachrector.com. Tomorrow, we get the update from the SEC, and we get to see the public initial briefing on the remedies. And as you guys know, they are now seeking $2 billion in a fine from Ripple. So we're going to be talking about that in the next video dropping tomorrow morning. Make sure you guys subscribe, stay tuned, and we got a lot more content coming your way. I appreciate you all. We'll see you in the next one. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.